Howdy folks, Charlie McCallum here. I'm not in this one. Yeah, felt you deserved a little bit of Confirmed Bachelors just because you've been so patient with me. And I still don't have anything completed. It's all just, you know, little dialogue snippets that don't lead to anything. But I'm still working on it. Yeah. I had something to talk about here. I can't quite... Oh, yeah, I've been watching some movies. The last one I watched was These Three, which is the original adaptation of the Children's Hour. And it's funny because I'd seen the Children's Hour, the 60s one, and that one... the same director, same writer, adapted from the same source material, but I was expecting this one to be completely different, and it's actually pretty surprising how little they changed. It's that they tacked on a happy ending, so no suicide, and of course they altered it slightly so that it's, you know, to keep it heterosexual. But other than that, there's very little changed, and Benita Granville steals the show as probably the most evil child you've seen outside of the bad seed. Oh my god. She is just horrible. And of course, it just shows you the... I gotta stop doing that on camera. They show you the changing times with attitudes towards discipline towards child. There's a scene where Joel McCrea spanks her, and another one where Margaret Hamilton, who I'd completely forgotten was even in this, slaps her on the face, and you just know those got huge reactions from the audience. But, and of course the other thing is, well, I've already mentioned that, is that Miriam Hopkins is in both films, but in different roles. In this one, she's the Martha role, which was Shirley MacLaine, I think. I think that was the Shirley MacLaine part in the regular Children's Hour. And it's kind of like a running theme with me right now with films with these horrible children in them. Because I'd previously watched, I almost said Suddenly Last Summer, no. I'd previously watched Sunday Bloody Sunday. And the children in that, oh my god, I think John Schlesinger, his secret agenda with that film was to make you never want to have children. Because the children that Glenda Jackson and Murray Head are babysitting are just the most horrible children you've ever seen in your life. They're just awful. Oh my god. And the other thing about These Three, let's get back to that for a bit, was I was sitting there thinking of, alright, who is it playing that Walter Brennan type? No! That's actually Walter Brennan. I'd forgotten he was in that too. Which kind of ties it in, which ties in with the Secondhand Goods, because his recording, his completely bizarre and inexplicable recording career was courtesy of, excuse me, courtesy of one of the artists I've already reviewed very early on, Dot Records musical director Billy Vaughn. It's he was the I can't do that. He was the orchestrator, and he orchestrated and arranged. It's just like, yeah, Old Rivers is just as much as I love Walter Brennan in movies, Old Rivers is a thing that does not need to exist. It should not exist. Anyway, so yeah, I started on 1962 today. I actually did 3 songs in the Secondhand Goods thing, and I'm in the 62 now, creeping along into the 60s. We're gonna get, I don't know, we'll see where we are by the turn of the year, because hopefully I should be around 1970 by then, but I make no guarantees, especially since there are just so many. It's like the number of number 2 songs gets longer and longer as the decade progresses, and you know, by 1969 there's like 14 of them, so it's gonna take me a while to get through all those. And I don't have anything to taste right here, but I've already done my tasting for the week. I took a couple pictures and I did a little photo blog thing about it. I went to the Shanky Bakery and got a... I'd never actually been to the Shanky Bakery before. It's right across from the 99 Ranch in the mall that I go to. But yeah, I went to the Shanky Bakery and I got a shredded pork and onion bun. It was actually really good. Only thing I would say is, like, it could use cheese. It's just like, that sort of thing is just better with cheese. So it's just like, if there were a shredded pork, onion, and cheese bun, that would be perfect. Especially if it were filled with cheese. That would make it just absolutely decadent. And the other thing I got were the GGE noodle snack. They called them barbecue cubes, but they're clearly cylinders. They were very obviously cylinders, and they were, the flavor in them was not that strong. It was apparently flavored with, like, black pepper and soy sauce and probably a ton of MSG. I don't have the bag in front of me, so I can't refer to it, but yeah, the flavor wasn't that subtle. Wasn't that strong, rather. It's very subtle. And they were crunchy and alright, I guess. They just looked like little bits of noodle, or possibly mealworms, that were just, like, press-formed into, like, these sort of coin shapes. Yeah, it was alright. That was okay, but yeah, if you have a Shanky Bakery around here, yeah, the pork bun, the shredded pork and onion bun is actually worth getting. And that's all I have for now, so we'll say goodbye here.